We're the most followed agency on the globe. We are.
Yeah,
we have,
I know. I was like shocked. I think it's around how many millions?
8 million collectively across all of our brands, across all of the languages.
How come you have a real estate brokerage and a marketing agency? And I know, I feel, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, most of your time is in the marketing agency because it's what you love. But how you're managing?
Real estate is marketing.
What's the percentage you give to the agents?
It's changed now, but for the first year I was giving 75%. But what I'm doing here is different. I will give you leads. I will give you support. I'll give you the professional background, and we will provide you the environment you need to shine and grow. But most importantly, I will give you, we don't do cold calls.
Zero.
Yeah, zero.
Zero cold calls.
I mean, I don't promote it. I don't push it. If anyone wants to do it because of a connection or they feel like XYZ is happening alongside the regulations, sure. Please, everybody, listen to this. Whoever is posting on socials, this is free advice.
Not long ago, I was with a friend and we were talking about marketing agencies and all of that. Which one is successful, which one is not. And he just told me that the most followed marketing agency or social media marketing agency in the globe, in the world, is actually in Dubai. And I was shocked. He showed me the guy who founded, and I was like, this founder of this guy, he founded Trifid Media. I know this guy. I see all his reels. So I didn't know that he's the guy who come up with this huge social media marketing agency. And I was like, I have to contact him. He have a lot of following. I sent him a DM. I was like, maybe he will not reply. And luckily, he did. And today, he's with me here. Mahdi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
I see your content too. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks for mentioning that. Some people, they don't even like to mention that, oh, I see your content.
No,
that
of course I do.
I'm happy that you've seen my content.
Sure.
I'm happy you're here with me on Chekd.
Thanks for having me.
And it's like a phenomenal thing that what you're doing. That's why I wanted to have you here. So if you just give us a quick background about yourself.
Right, I'm raised here since '96. Yeah, I've done everything in Dubai. I've seen Dubai become the Dubai it is today. Studied here, did all of that. I started working when I was 16.
16,
yeah. I did an internship at 16. And at the same time, I was selling, I was flipping shoes on Dubai.
That's your first job?
Yeah, well, it was my first hustle, you could say, yeah. Back when nobody used anything, nobody did anything, I flipped shoes on Dubai. And I think it was in the year 2010.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
2011, yeah, I was flipping shoes. I was making good money. And then I never wanted to go to university because I was like, let me just work, you know, make money. But then I didn't want to miss out. You know, and then, you know, later on, go like, oh shit, I didn't go, I didn't enjoy, I didn't live the life. So I had to make enough money to pay for uni. I did. Graduated with an honor, all that great.
What was the major?
Advertising, media.
Oh, so you're doing what you study.
Mass communication. Yeah, I always loved advertising. I was fascinated by billboards, etc. So I started becoming a salesperson selling newspaper ads. Cool. And then newspaper became magazine ads. And then magazine ads became digital ads. And then magazine ads dropped. And then the whole boom of influencer marketing popped up. And I was a salesperson. You know, I was always trying to find what's the next thing I could tap into. So A, I can stay relevant. B, I can make sure that I'm pioneering it because pioneers win. Innovators win. And you might lose at 99, but if one is a winner, you're good. So I was like, you know, whatever. If I have to try 100 times to just land one, great. I'm 18. What am I gonna miss out on? So I started doing that. I was managing a very big team at a very young age. Like I was like 21 managing a 60-year-old. And I always got criticized, but I was always the first in, the last out. I remember I had this guy. This is a funny story. I don't think I've said this before. His name was Kevin. I think today he's about 85 maybe. I'm not sure.
Wow.
But at the time he was 74. And he taught me the surgeon method.
The surgeon method?
Yeah, the surgeon method of doing work, which is a heart surgeon. If he does 100 operations and 99 times he saves, but one time he doesn't, is he a bad person in front of the family of the one person that he can't save?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, cool. So then that's the ideology that I live with. I don't care what I've done. I always have to do better. I always have to do great. So what happened was I used to work weekends and I used to go to the office. And the office was at the time in TCOM, today Barsha Heights. I went maybe for like 10 weekends to work, right? This one weekend, this Kevin walks in with his family to show the office to them. And he saw me there. And he was like, interesting. And from then, he gave me a promotion to the next promotion, to the next support, to the next support, to the next support, to where I am today. That one weekend, which I didn't plan on him coming there, but because he came there and he saw me,
he was your superior in that company.
Yeah, he was a director.
And it was a marketing or advertisement company.
It was a publishing company.
A publishing company.
Yeah, it was a publishing company.
So his name is Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Kevin, if you're watching this. You just made a beast.
So that was the start, and then it just went on from there. Sales was always my thing. And then I started TriFit in 2018.
So that was the later question that I wanted to ask you. So TriFit exists since 2018.
Correct.
And how old you were?
23.
23 years old.
And then I turned 24 2 months after I started. 3 months after.
Amazing. And so I in my head, it was not that I thought like, because majority of people in Dubai, they started something after Corona. Corona, that lockdown resets the minds of a lot of people. But in your case, it's different. You started in 2018 in Dubai.
Correct.
Okay.
Majority of those agencies that you're mentioning either worked at TriFit or were working with me directly. And I don't want to name anyone. They know who they are. I'm extremely proud of them.
Yeah, you're creating
I'm creating an ecosystem. I wouldn't say copy. I'd say inspired individuals to do something, and that's fine. Gary Vee is my mentor, right?
I love that guy.
And I started TriFit because of him. And there's a quote that he says, "I'd like to build the tallest tower, not by destroying the one that's taller today, but by building it so I can stand on top and wave down at them." So I think that's the mentality I have. I don't want to destroy anyone.
Yeah, of course.
And also, if there's no competition for me, how am I going to keep going? So like,
competition fuels us.
Yeah, so it's fine. And if my competition is someone that is better than me, great, let me learn from him.
Okay, but I want to ask you to come back to your storyline. So you started with doing sales, publishing, and all of that. It was all written, right? In the old days. And then you started TriFit Media in 2018. What happened? How come TriFit Media was from the beginning social media marketing? Or it was
we were an influencer management company from start.
But so still, it's the new age of marketing.
Yeah, so what happened was back in 2018, print was going down. Digital was having its uprising and the influencer marketing era started.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I'm a sales guy. I need leads. Like if I need leads, same way with real estate, you need to go get the listing exclusively so people call you.
Yeah.
With influencer marketing, you have to get the influencer exclusively signed with you so you can get the leads.
Exactly.
So you can sell for the influencer and make some money. I looked at the market and there were maybe 4 or 5 influencer management companies at the time, which are still there today. But obviously we surpassed them in certain areas today and they're still there. We were working together, etc. And what happened at that time is none of them were giving production to the influencers.
What do you mean by giving production?
Content. None of them were giving content support.
So the influencer, okay, that was the gap you detected. Yeah.
So that's I found it. And I was like, why are they not giving them content? These influencers need content. They are content creators who creatively get blocked.
Yeah.
Right? And they need support with that.
True.
The reason why they weren't doing it was because it's the biggest headache. The operation of creating content, what we're doing now, is the biggest headache.
It's a big
headache. So they didn't want to do that. So I came in and I disrupted that. I was like, you don't want to go through the headache? No problem.
We're here.
I got it. Now we're here. Yeah. I got it. Yeah. And I just went on contacting thousands of them saying, I have a production end that can give you any content you want whenever you want, right? I didn't have anything. I didn't even own a camera.
Oh, so, okay, you did that Bill Gates trick.
Yeah.
You go to, okay.
Look, if you have demand, then you go figure out the supply.
Yeah.
biggest mistake some entrepreneurs make is they want to go and build the best supply, but then they don't have the demand.
And they're stuck.
Yeah, they're like, I want to make my social media look so pretty with a grid layout and color palettes and branding, and I spend this much money on branding. Some people go and get their name, trademark their names before they even start.
That's weird.
And I Googled the name. I Googled the name. But anyways, the thing is that, so I went with the idea to my boss. He rejected the idea. He didn't support it enough. At the time, I had a client.
Was it Kevin?
No, it wasn't Kevin. It was the owner of the company. At the time, I had a client. Loved this guy from the start. Everybody knows him. You know him. His name is Chekd. He's the owner of Brands for Less.
I love that guy.
So it was my client.
I love that guy.
I used to sell front cover magazines to Brands for Less and him at the time.
So you started with him. Now he's a big name. He's an influencer more than a businessman.
He's still my partner today in my real estate company.
I met him in the 1 billion follower
he's
summit.
Such a great guy.
Such a humble guy.
Such a humble man.
Yeah.
So I've known him since 2016. Wow. Almost 10 years.
Back then, he didn't even have social media, I believe.
No, I mean, he had a private page. Yeah. And then I went to him with the idea of TriFid. And immediately he said, I'm in love.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, I want to ask you about something. What does TriFid mean?
It's anything that's split into 3 equally. It's
33.3.
Yeah, so it was me, Tawfiq, and Tawfiq's partner. And our services were influencer management, content, client.
So it has.
So I went on Google and I typed, what are the synonyms of 3?
TriFid. Let's do it.
I'm like, put it.
Springfield.
I'm like, put it.
That
like
vibe,
literally,
yeah.
I'm like, put it.
It's a cool name. TriFid.
Yeah, but I never knew it was a cool name until it became a cool name.
No, it is a cool name. Like the sound of it's attractive. TriFid. You know what I mean?
We never knew that. I just put it. I worked my ass off to get it to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you branded it very, very well.
Steve Jobs, when he named Apple, was he like, or before that, Macintosh, was it?
No, Macintosh is ugly, but still is like, whoa, is like, he made it like something big.
So everyone makes that. You build the brand, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you call it from the start. So as soon as I got that warehouse, we were probably the first Gen Z agency at the time, pre-COVID, to kind of, get that exposure that we needed to get.
You just hit the nail. You said, because I discovered that. I'm doing something similar to yours. And I discovered that Gen Zs, they're the best in this business.
Of course.
They're like my mentors, because I was a guy who don't give a fuck about social media. I don't even post stories. Like before Chekd and after Chekd, like I didn't even existed on social media. And then when I started posting and all of that, there's these kids, they start hitting me up, giving me advice. And one of them till today, 18 years old kid, he's helping me with Chekd. And if it's not for him, I would say it. His name is Khalid. If it was not for him,
of course,
I would have not become like doing good in podcasting.
We have 200 members in TriFid today across the globe.
Wow.
We are in almost 8 countries, and the average age is 23. That's so difficult to maintain. Average across 200. It's so difficult.
Working with the Gen Zs, was it like easy? Like compared
of course
to
it's not easy.
Compared to like millennials, if there is,
but is it easy to?
I think I'm a Gen X if I'm 1992. But like
you're a millennial. I'm a millennial as well. I'm 93, right? So
do you think millennials versus Gen Zs in a work environment?
But who said it's easy to work with millennials?
Who are harder?
Why are millennials easy to work with? I just want to. Has anyone ever asked that?
Because millennials, by extension, they're maybe in a more mature stage of their life versus the Gen Zs. That's what I think.
But they have more problems than Gen Zs.
Really?
They don't?
I think Gen Zs also, they have their...
Who has more problems? Who has more responsibilities?
I think because they're older, so they have more problems. Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're
Everybody
right.
says, is it difficult working with Gen Zs? Yes, it's difficult. But also it's difficult to work with millennials. But everybody must be respected, and everybody must be taken, into the consideration. And everybody must be in a position to try out different things and new things to be able to adapt. So everyone's difficult to work with. It's adapting and understanding how they work and then blending in with them to make it all happen.
Yeah,
you shouldn't
you're right.
be the smartest person in the room. You should make smart people work well together.
Yeah.
And that has helped me so much. And I always say this, I get a lot of different perspectives, characters. You know, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they are. But my vision is, I have an eagle's eye to it. I'm like, okay, cool. You have this as a good thing. You have this as a good thing. As long as you guys have a good thing, let's now work on the bad thing to make it good and make you guys work together.
You're like a scout. You're scouting talent, yeah. All right. I want to ask you also about your social media presence. Like lately, I've seen a lot of podcast format kind of content.
Yeah.
And is doing very well for you. But like, are you planning to have like a proper podcast?
We started a podcast in 2018.
Wow.
If I carried that on, I'd probably be one of the first in the world, probably. But I didn't, and it's fine, right? The reason why I haven't tapped into podcasts, what I'm doing with those podcasts aren't a full form podcast. They're short clips.
Yeah.
And we do it because we understand what the audience wants and we give that to them.
Yeah.
So it's more of a personal branding trait as opposed to having a podcast. At the moment where I'm at, I don't think I'll be putting time into a podcast. And the reason is that it's too many people doing it. And I have this thing with me and my businesses is I look at the opportunity cost of time.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing a podcast, what is it gonna get back to me and the companies I own, as opposed to X, Y, Z?
You have an alternative, so you don't need the podcast.
I have an alternative at the moment. So I'll attend as many podcasts as I can. I'll share the same story on and on because it's good for branding, for exposure, to share the story, to inspire. You know, it's crazy how many people I'm inspiring today all around the globe to like do.
I love your I don't watch office content a lot except you, and there is another lady, I forgot her name. She's an investor, hedge fund investor. You're the only two people, like, because I like what I like about your content. It's actually, I'll tell you how the first time I saw your content. The first time, it was maybe 9 months ago when I started like becoming obsessed with social media, and it was, I don't know, even 9 or 6 months ago. It's between the interval. So you were entering an office and it was like, today this person closed 4 million dirham, and it was like a vibe. I was like, what's this? And I was like, oh yeah, this guy have a brokerage. All right. And then later on down the line, I was like, okay, wait a minute, it's the same guy, right? He have a social media marketing agency and a brokerage, and both of these things, they consume a lot of time. I just want to know, genuinely, but I have just 2 clients and a podcast, and I don't have time to scratch my head. How you're managing your time? Like, do you have time with family?
Of course.
But how are you doing it?
I wake up every day at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I go to sleep at 9:30, 10 tops.
All right.
So I have that period. I go to the gym. I set my targets and objectives every single day. I have a faith. I believe. I pursue that as well. I believe in God. So I follow that. I'm spiritual, extremely spiritual. I spend time with my family. We manage 200 individuals globally. Today we have 3 companies. Started a new fintech.
Fintech as well.
We started a new fintech company, which we're building to launch, I think, in the next 2 months, which everybody's going to hear about. And we have launched 7 digital brands, one of which everybody knows about today, which is called Avani. That's a digital brand.
The AI. Avani, the lady.
Yeah.
It's an AI. I know you know it. For the ones who don't know it, it's actually an AI.
Yeah, it's AI.
Oh my God.
She's not real. Her name is Amani. It's a real person, but the videos you're watching and seeing are all AI.
And it's so realistic.
Yeah, it is. It's so simple to do as well. It's just putting your mind to it. But to come to that is, I have all of these. I create content. I document. I post.
You also have your own content, and it's a full-time job as well.
Yeah, so I post for myself on Instagram and TikTok.
You are the one who posts.
LinkedIn, she takes care of it, right? Nida takes care of it.
Hi, Nida.
And there are some other platforms where other people take care of it, but TikTok and Instagram, it's done by me.
Okay, but you look, there is another skill there.
Tunnel vision, discipline,
tunnel vision,
commitment.
But I want the nitty gritty stuff. Like, for example, you told me I wake up at 5.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for, like the actual practical things. But waking up at 5 and sleeping at 10, it's not enough to do all of this. There is other skills that you have. Let me guess. For example, I have a problem with delegation. I don't know how to delegate.
I delegate.
But delegation, how you delegate, it's a skill in itself.
Of course.
So tell me a little bit about that, how you do it, especially with real estate. How come you have a real estate brokerage and a marketing agency? And I know, I feel, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, most of your time is in the marketing agency because it's what you love. But how you're managing the brokerage?
Real estate is marketing.
No, but there is like...
But I'm not doing all of those stuff.
Okay, so that's what I want to know.
I'm not in there yet. I'm not in compliance. I'm not in mortgage. I'm not in rentals. I'm not in Airbnb. I'm not in any of them. I am connecting the buyer with the seller. What is that?
So you're doing the content for the...
So basically, the real estate company, right? And why we're different. We launched January 2024.
Okay.
My partner is Tawfiq.
Again.
Love the guy. I went to him. I'm like, listen, I need to give back. And I love you for supporting me in 2018. Be in it with me. I don't want anything. Just tomorrow when I make this successful, I want us to be together. And I'm like, give me 3 years, 4 years. And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to take your time. Although he's happy to give me his time, but I'm not going to take it. He's like, sure, I love you. Let's do it. We have such a close relationship together.
I think that guy is a businessman who follows his gut.
Of course,
which are they're very few.
So he calls his gut his hunch.
Yeah.
To him it's his hunch. Anyways, so we started in January. We've done 100 million dirhams in sales in our first year. Top line. Commissions is about 4 million, maybe close to that. And I gave away most of it to the agents. And I only...
what's the percentage you give to the agents?
It's changed now, but for the first year I was giving 75%.
Which is it's a big...
Yeah, but what I'm doing here is different. I will give you leads. I will give you support. I'll give you the professional background, and we will provide you the environment you need to shine and grow. But most importantly, I will give you 20 to 25 videos per month, which any agency will charge you upwards of 13,000 dirhams for free.
So again, what you did is you find the gap. Same way with the influencers, they don't have someone who will support them.
And now you know what I'm doing with the listings? So now I find the gap in the listings. Because what's happening is everybody comes and gets a listing from an owner, puts it online wherever on marketplaces, or has a pocket listing or an exclusive one, however way it works. I've studied it. Yeah. And they're just pictures. Or it's a video with elevator music. You know the elevator music?
Yeah, or a picture with the 0.5 from iPhone. It make it look spacious.
So I get the listings. I'll give you a 360-degree, customizable, engageable video that will be uploaded on social media platforms. Just give me your listing. And you know what? If you're giving this deal with the person, I can do it even for a little bit less. I mean, how
you capitalize on production?
Yeah, how else are you gonna? I capitalize on content.
Content. Well, that's what I mean by production. Yeah,
everything is content today. Yeah. Everybody consumes it. So how are you gonna utilize it to your advantage?
So I want to ask you something. You have this brokerage agency is what was the name? Is it also Trifid Properties?
I called it Tri-Space with an X because people would ask me, what do you mean? And I can just explain it to them. It's a marketing stunt. Names don't matter. I swear to God, names are just names.
Yeah, they have to sound good.
We named Avani Bad Marketing. Okay, the first, like the AI page was called Bad Marketing.
Oh, really?
Initially, yeah. Changed it from bad marketing to odd marketing.
And actually, I prefer odd marketing.
Whatever it is, man, to me it's like the name matters tomorrow when it's blown up. You know, the name matters tomorrow.
You make the name.
You make the name.
Not the other way around.
So now it's odd marketing.
But I want to ask you again about the real estate brokerage that you have.
Real estate,
No. It's just there is something I really want to touch on with you because I think you're the only person or one of few. The other person was Zohaib, but you also, you know Zohaib, realtor on Harley?
Yeah.
in your agency, brokerage, the ratio of closing through cold calling or calling, now there's no cold call, like calling the
We don't do cold
outbound
calls.
versus inbound versus doing content, getting leads.
We don't do cold calls.
Zero.
Yeah, zero.
Zero cold calls.
I mean, I don't promote it. I don't push it. If anyone wants to do it because of a connection or they feel like XYZ is happening alongside the regulations, sure, you know, but I don't push it.
You don't need it.
No, what I do is cold DMs. Cold video DMs.
You video DM.
Cold video DMs.
Cold video DM.
Yeah.
Meaning they send a
Hey
video.
there, how's it going? My name is Mahdi. Listen, I saw your content. Yesterday I was at your restaurant and the food tasted amazing. All I want is 15 minutes of your time to let you know how I could put some value into your socials, etc., etc.
Do it on like, how a broker do it in your agency versus...
So a broker builds a relationship
through
with an owner through Instagram. You can find them via LinkedIn. Very, very simple. You can just go and type the business or type the background, find that individual. The individual, if they are of a mature stature, 99% of the time will have the same name as they do on LinkedIn, on Instagram. So you just go and find them on Instagram and you send them a video DM. Now, there are chances, maybe 60, 70% that they will not respond to you. Okay.
All right.
But it's a higher chance of them looking at your video and cringing out as opposed to a message. So what we do is but the benefit of Instagram is that you see that the person has seen your video.
Yeah, you've seen.
So
Yeah,
this is the next video. I saw that you saw my video. Now listen, I don't mean to bother you. Much love. I don't mean to be cringe at all. If anything changes, please do get in touch. Have a beautiful day.
So now,
now they will most of the times they will respond back because in their mind they're like, okay, this is a nice guy. There are ways.
So cold DMs.
Cold DMs.
Wow, it's the first time I'm hearing this name, by the way. Cold DMs.
Cold DMs,
and they work.
Of course they work.
Wow.
I am where I am because of cold DMs or cold approaches.
Amazing.
But that's not all of it. I focused on myself and on my businesses. You mentioned something in the beginning that we're the most followed agency on the globe. We are.
Yeah, I know. I was like shocked. I think it's around how many millions?
8 million collectively across all of our brands, across all of the languages. So we have double languages. You know, English and Arabic are separate.
I didn't know you have Arabic, bro.
Because you don't consume Arabic content.
I consume only English. But I'm an Arab. Sorry, Arabs.
We have 2 million following on our Arabic channels.
Wow.
But you know, you don't see it. But there are Arabs that don't see English content. It's like two Sheikh Zayed roads. Please, everybody, listen to this. Whoever is posting on socials, this is free advice. Arabic and English are like two Sheikh Zayed roads. Both exist, both operate, both have movement, but these don't collide. They don't see each other. They don't meet each other.
Yeah.
It's parallel. And the algorithm, if you're consuming Arabic, it feeds you Arabic. If you're consuming English content, it feeds you English content. And that's how it works and operates. Does that mean that you need to put subtitles on your English content? No, sir. You're not going to the cinema. So you need to make sure that your Arabic content is done in Arabic and your English content is done in English. And you will reach different audiences. Another tip, if you're doing Arabic, accents matter because the algorithm is smart. So dialects, accents will allow you to reach to that specific dialect or accent.
It's AI. Everything is AI.
So you need to study that. And this has helped me grow in countries that I didn't think I would be able to grow in. It was because I studied the algorithm and I applied it and I multiplied it. So it's definitely something that would come to handy.
You heard advice, guys. Follow it if you are in the content creation field.
It would definitely help. I think people mix languages and people go like, well, okay, cool. If I'm doing English, I'll just put the subtitles there.
It doesn't work.
No.
I tried it. You know what? The mistake I did on Chekd. I'm Algerian. I was alternating between Algerian dialect content and English, and I just created a problem. I was saved from that problem like a month ago. Now my UAE views are more than Algeria. Finally, on Chekd, so the views are exploding
so
more.
gotta feed
But
it.
I'm gonna do Chekd Maghreb and Chekd Arabia this year, 2025. Chekd Films also
You
is coming on the way.
because these all have their audiences, and another thing that's extremely important, and again another advice and tip, and this is for your content potentially, hopefully can go viral, so people can share this stuff. Your geolocation of your Wi-Fi or the SIM card that you have, which has a data on your phone, determines the exposure your content gets.
Wow. The SIM card is also involved.
Of course, if you're using data.
I noticed that in TikTok. TikTok is regional more than linguistic.
TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Socials are socials.
I didn't know that, bro.
Of course.
That's interesting.
If you want to reach the UK, you can't post from here and expect to reach the UK.
No, but like you can.
Organically. If you talk about a specific thing in a specific accent, tackling a specific niche, sure.
All right, cool.
That is controversial, yes. Of course you can.
Yeah.
But if you want to organically talk about, I don't know, man, the next best pizza in town,
it would be listened by a region more than other regions. Yeah, I noticed that.
It's a radius. It's not even a region. It's a radius.
A radius.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So the dialects matter. The place you post from matters. The language matters.
Wow.
The idea matters. And you know what doesn't matter, bro?
What doesn't matter?
What you think doesn't matter. What you like doesn't matter. What you want doesn't matter. It's what the audience wants.
Exactly, bro. I noticed that.
You gotta give them what they want.
In my 9 months of experience, short 9 months of experience, I'm discovering this about the algorithm.
Audience is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Same way your fans are the most important thing. If you have a football club, right, and you want to bring in the next player, do you think they don't consider what the fans want?
Of course, 100% in football, 100%.
If you have a place, a region, and you want to do something, of course you listen to your people. If the people want XYZ, you bring that for the people, because at the end of the day, it's the people that support you. Same way with socials. You know, whether it's humor, education, doesn't matter the niche that you're in, right? As long as you're not damaging anyone, hurting anyone, you're following ethics, you have an ethos.
Done. Yeah. There is something also interesting. You're talking about your people and of that. You reminded me of we listen and we don't judge.
Yeah.
Are we gonna pull in and listen and we don't judge?
Yeah.
I will ask you something.
Go on.
Bro, your employees, bro, they say crazy stuff during those. That's my favorite content in your platform.
Cool.
We listen and we don't judge is what I love to see. Bro, you never because they say crazy stuff. Some of them, they are honest. And they say...
What has been so crazy so I can explain it to you?
Some of them, they say, oh, I pretend that I'm working, but I'm not working and all of that. After that content is being shot, and you know who's saying the mistake, right? Do you change with that person or you stay the same?
No, it depends. Of course, I don't change because of the video. But I look at the team. You have XYZ tasks. Do you get them done in a timely manner to meet deadlines with the clients or the prospects or the project that you're onboarded with? Great.
Done. But whatever, the way he do it or she do it, you don't care.
It's not about the way. Punctuality is extremely important. But if the work is being done and majority of the time, because we have built such a competitive environment in the office, majority of the work gets done and completed. So if the person is watching a series for half the day because of X, Y, and Z, but at the same time has done 20 different things that has brought in a lot to the company. Yeah,
done. Yeah, you're open with that.
I'm not gonna sit
That's
there and,
a cool environment.
Yeah.
I see that your relationship...
But you know, we get work done.
I know.
People see meet the company and they think that it's so much fun, etc. It's a nice environment to be in.
Bro, it's the TV reality of a corporate world.
But we do work.
I know, bro.
And we do a lot of work.
I can see, bro.
We do a lot of work, on the back end. But so what? We can have
you
some
have
fun.
To have, of course, especially in marketing and advertising, creativity is fueled by fun. Also, I checked your most viewed piece of content, is broccoli
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
And I was like, it's broccoli man-made in my head.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
natural. I was like, what? Broccoli, it's not man-made.
It is man-made.
Sorry, broccoli, it is man-made. For me, it's a shocker.
Yeah,
And so I just want to double check it on with you. So broccoli, it's not natural. It's man-made.
Okay, cool. It's all natural, but what I mean by man-made is that...
it was like they...
Yes, correct.
They mixed two things or something.
Correct,
Like
yes.
I googled it.
Yeah, correct. Maybe not 50 years ago. I think more than that. But it's not something that was there.
Yeah.
Like a tomato.
A human hand had to be involved.
A human hand, brain. They came and they took something from something and they mixed it together. It made it man-made. Now, when I say man-made, a lot of people are like, a lot of the comments are like, man, woman. I'm not doing it. It's human-made.
Human-made.
It's
sorry.
human-made.
Yeah.
We don't know who, like, you know. So I stay away from as much as I can in terms of I don't
that PT bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I follow. It's crazy because I sit there. I'm into media. I'm into real estate. I'm a sales guy, and then I create. Doesn't go viral, and then suddenly I talk about broccoli being man-made, and it just gets
because
it gets 10 million views. You know. So.
Did you notice that odd and unusual information is the
Yeah.
You know, it can beat a woman with a bikini on Instagram because people used to say like you cannot beat a women in bikini in Instagram. An odd information that is something
I don't want to be known for the guy that talks about broccoli, but if it takes one in every 50 videos like that, sure, why not?
Of course, you have to.
But that was a blind interview. I think that was more crazy about that.
Because that's my next question. Like you hire a lot, like it's a sign of expansion. But in order for you to do a lot of work, as you said, what's the characteristics when you are a hire? I know that the broccoli thing is just a joke.
Interviews that take place, right? So there's a process that they have to go through in HR to be able to then be part of the company. So in principle, I have those interviews. I don't post a lot of videos, by the way, that I shoot and record. Because the person that either doesn't end up joining or the person doesn't want me to post the video. And it's fine, you know, because I do quantity. I'm not very fixated. So, you know, it's not like, for example, we do this podcast, we're going to post it. Now we might make some changes here and there, but with the interviews, I shoot like 100 a month. So like, I'm good. You know, I have so many.
You have a lot of...
I have a lot, yeah. So they go through a procedure after that. But the main characteristic I look for is to be optimistic. You know, like if you don't know something, you can learn.
Yeah.
And I just want you not to come in expecting the world when you don't even know or have something that I can put an valuation on. Allow me to value it or show it to me.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, in what division, what department.
You know why I'm asking specifically, I'm asking you this question because there's no degree for content creation.
No, there isn't, but there's a case study. So they come to me, they are perfect at cinematic videos. I look at the cinematic and I say, hey, listen, this is great, but are you willing to do 15-second videos that go on TikTok? Are you willing to shoot a video of me talking about broccoli because it's going to get 6 million views? A lot of the people take a step back and they might even at times get offended because they're like, I'm a creative person. So for me, it's like, I respect that, but that doesn't work here. Some come and say, I am creative, but I'm willing to also learn this because we understand the value of exposure and marketing and what works and what doesn't work. So they come through. So the skill and the talent I have, and the most important thing is attitude.
Attitude. I heard a lot about the biggest companies, and because I talk a lot of founders, they are like the attitude is more important versus how the candidate is smart. Attitude wins.
Yeah, wins. And it's not about by the way being a strong character. It's not about that. Strong character is fine. You know, it might not, you know, you can have a weak character that's very smart and a strong character that not as smart as this person, but they're still good. That's fine. When I say attitude I mean negativity. I mean toxicity. Yeah, because it spreads.
In the work environment,
And I don't care if you can be the best salesperson or if you can create the best videos, if you don't carry a good attitude that blends in with your coworkers, then it's not worth me going through the whole procedure. And loyalty is very important as well. Someone that doesn't...
But you cannot judge loyalty from the beginning. That's the problem.
Can, but it builds up with time. But also, there's never 100% loyalty, because it just... Partnerships are not meant to be forever.
Of course.
If everybody was supposed to be married forever together forever, then this world wouldn't be the world it is today. It would be a different world. So I think that it's important. It's important, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, attitude, vision, what you want to achieve, how you want to get there, no matter what field it is in. I think it's important.
I mean, look, Mahdi, what you're doing is really remarkable. Like, I had to, regardless of the podcast, I really wanted to see you, how you are, like, as a person. I mean, so first of all, he's taller than he looks that's a shocker. The guy is tall. He looks short for some reason, but he's tall. I'm 180, he's taller than me.
I'm 189.
You're a tall guy. Yeah. I don't know why the camera, it doesn't show that. But what I see in you also is that you are a people's person.
Of course.
And that's a very important trait if you want to, especially if you want to work in the advertisement field. If you're not a people's person, you cannot pull it off. So look, we have a challenge. I didn't do it for a long time, but with you, I'm going to do it again. It's how I went viral, this or that. I tweaked one for you, like related to marketing. Let's check it out. Let's see.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see how it gonna turns out. So we're gonna start it now. Traditional marketing versus influencer marketing. Which one you pick?
Influencer marketing.
Paid advertisement versus organic reach.
Organic reach.
Brand loyalty versus trend chasing.
Brand loyalty.
Long-term brand partnerships versus one-time campaigns.
Oh, one-time campaigns.
This is another one. Community engagement versus follower count.
Community engagement, any day, all day.
All right. Storytelling in marketing versus data analysis and strategies.
Storytelling and marketing, but data analysis is
also
important as well.
That's a paradox.
Yeah,
I know.
I think if these two come together,
yeah, it's a blow up. Yeah. Okay, TikTok or Instagram?
They're all good.
Now you have to pick one. Sorry.
TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you're gonna pick Instagram.
No.
YouTube or Netflix?
YouTube.
Emirates Airlines or Etihad Airways?
Emirates.
Dubai Mall or Emirates Mall? Or Mall of the Emirates, sorry, I always call it Emirates. So Dubai Mall or Mall of the Emirates?
Dubai Mall.
Dubai Mall, huh?
Yeah.
All right. GBR or City Walk?
City Walk.
Dubai Marina or downtown?
Downtown. I don't like the traffic in Dubai Marina.
Okay. Uber or Careem?
I mean, Uber doesn't... Careem.
Last one. Burj Khalifa or Burj Al Arab?
Burj Khalifa. I saw it get built.
Yeah.
Every day.
So yeah, it was like, I remember I was living here by that then. I came 2005 with my family, and it was like, I've seen it like being built as well.
Burj Khalifa.
It marked you.
Yeah.
Or Mahdi, it was an interesting...
Same here, man.
Yeah, it was an interesting episode. For sure, I'm going to invite you again. I do a lot of also group discussions. There is in my head some people that they will match with your energy. By the way, one of my best friends and is the favorite guest in Chekd. His name is Bardia. He's a content creator, but for real estate specifically. And your energy and his energy somehow match.
Is he the same guy that did the challenge that went viral?
Yeah. And he's a tattooed guy, a little bit of grungy voice, you know? Yeah, I think you and him, you will be good in a panel to talk about content in general. And we will do it ASAP, sooner than people think. And Mahdi from TriFed, you've been checked.
Beautiful.
We're done, bro.
Thank you.